So here today we're in the port of Cape Town, working with the South African government and all the authorities that are involved in the port.
We've just opened our first project office in Cape Town, and we're going to pilot some of our tools here. Once this takes off, we will then cover all the different ports in the country.
We have identified a gap when it comes to our surveyors. They do not have a lot of experience in picking up forced labor issues, as other countries would have. We discussed ILO's possible assistance in providing training on forced labor indicators to SAMHSA surveyors.
The objective of the 8.7 Accelerator Lab program is also to provide some innovative tools on how to do this. And today we're in the port to test those tools and see how we can refine it, how we can best support all those different authorities in their efforts to try to detect forced labor on board fishing vessels.
As part of our inspections, beyond the documents and beyond interviews, we also do workplace walkthroughs. The ship itself, the vessel, forms an extension of the workplace, because this is essentially a workplace and a place that they live in for the duration of the time that they're at sea. So this is more of a practical walkthrough to see their conditions, and if we do bump into them, have a quick chat on the side. Just to see what it is that they experience, what they're going through, and if they want to know something, we obviously are at their disposal.
We interviewed Indonesian fishers who are here on foreign flag vessels, and we're in fact going to Indonesia in a few weeks to also meet with those fishers in their countries of origin. And so one of our objectives is to see how can we pilot those detection tools on forced labor to then also take them and replicate them in other countries.
We had guided tours on quite a few vessels, and then we had the opportunity to go on a few of the foreign fishing vessels. We went onto one vessel that has been abandoned.
We hear complaints about withholding salaries, poor or terrible working conditions. There are cases where they have insufficient food on board. Fishers I have spoken to, they said they need to boil the water, otherwise they will have problems. Working conditions on board depends on how old is the vessels. 25 or even 30 or even 40 years old. It's sad to hear stories like this.
What is frustrating is that in 2022, you still get these unscrupulous owners. After all these regulations, but you find them still treating people like slaves.
To think of people working on that vessel in those conditions without the required safety equipment, it's like, what kind of a life are you leading? Imagine what it would look like if it was in the high seas. So what is happening out there?
We need to have more inspections, joint inspections with Department of Labor and also with SAMHSA, also so that everybody is focusing on their mandates.
These things can only be addressed if everybody responsible works together. So you need the Department of Labor, you need SAMHSA, you need Department of Fisheries, you need police.
So we've been having a lot of discussions on how to improve labor inspection of fishing vessels and how to become more targeted, especially at how do we detect forced labor on board fishing vessels.
The ILO has recognized Africa's role in implementing and sharing experiences with the rest of the world.
We've had a few sessions now with government and with other organizations, and we can already see an integration happening, like Department of Labor is saying we really need to take an interest on the fishing vessels.
We've had a large focus on joint operations in a lot of various sectors. Definitely those joint operations need to be conducted within the fishing sector as well. You know, with SAMHSA, with the Department of Forestry and Fisheries, with Transnet, with Home Affairs. We definitely have to go into the sector now with a more robust approach.
There's a lot of work, and it's very clear that we need more manpower, and we need also to train more of our other surveyors to get into this space. So more capacity building, put more manpower in this work.
We recognize the need to incorporate or expand the Durban call to action to give more effect and emphasis be placed on the issue of forced labor.
You make a difference. You find seafarers abandoned, you find seafarers hungry or unpaid. You find solutions, you engage social partners, other departments, and the times you can manage to get the owner to take responsibility, or you force the owner to take responsibility. So when you see them off, getting all what is due to them and flying home, there is no better feeling.